Hey guys, it is Sanjay and Rose here with Motivation Station. Welcome. Hello, Rose. Hello. How
Hi,
are you?
and today
Look at
is a
you.
beautiful day. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful day. We have our famous first Christmas show.
Yeah, right?
I was going to do it together, but things have happened, but we're still together. We're
Yeah,
still
exactly.
together,
Listen,
still with our favorite beverage.
sometimes, life hits us with different ways, but yep, exactly. We just try to, do the best we can with it.
Yes. I mean, the studio was ready, the backdrop was ready, and beautiful. I was going to use this beautiful coasters. Baby, it's cold outside. Some
Ooh.
cozy, you know, Christmas cheer, and it's fine. It's totally fine. We're here.
Yeah.
God said not yet, not
listen,
yet.
listen.
Grow organically, not yet.
We still have one more weekend before the end of the year, so we can definitely make something happen. But yeah, no. So today's gonna be a fun podcast. Today we're gonna be talking about traditions and family traditions. So I hope our viewers tuning in, you guys, if you have any family traditions that you'd like to say you do talk about, that'd be great. But I think Rose, if you wanna start us off with family traditions, is there stuff that you do like specifically around like Christmas time period with your family? Or friends, or friends you consider family, whoever.
Thank you, Sanjay. And yes, Christmas and holidays for me are very important. Any holiday is important to me, but I think in my family, we celebrate New Year. It's our big thing on January 1st, right? And December 31st is when we, all day, we have these traditions. We cook all day, watch all the classic movies, and then we eat all night and we up all night enjoying and fireworks. And
Mm.
one of the traditions that we in my family particularly have, my mom's birthday on, I'm not trying to like put it out there, but it's in December, in the beginning of December.
Mm.
So as soon as the garden season is over, we do have a garden house. Like in my culture, everyone has a garden house. So when the garden season is over, we can everything. Full
Right.
time is a canning time. Canning
Mm.
everything. Pickled tomatoes is my favorite. Can I please have some?
You're gonna have to share that. That sounds
So,
delicious.
oh my god. So everything is canned, and we also make cherry. It's called compote.
Mm.
You would know only if you're from that region, but it's more of like a just a cooked, like a boiled, you know, a mix of juice, like cherries, boiled cherries. It's juice.
Mm.
So, and we also can that. And then we have apples that very hard and like a Granny Smith almost. We wrap them in the newspaper. We put them in the winter time. So in the winter time, they get softer. So when her birthday comes, we put a tree, our New Year tree. We don't
Mm.
celebrate Christmas. Well, we put our Christmas tree, like our New Year tree, and all the cans are coming out on her birthday. So
Mm.
you kind of waiting for
Yeah,
that
yeah,
day, like, oh my God, Mom, when is your birthday? Because
yeah.
I already want to try everything we can. Also, today is Yol. I want to say blessed Yol for all of our people that's celebrating Yol, right? We had
Mm.
Robin, and it's a beautiful time to create magic, to burn some log, have your favorite things that you do. It's the best day to even decorate the Christmas if you still didn't.
Mm. Mm.
Also, I want to invite everybody who's alone, who's celebrating their holidays alone. We're here for you.
Mm.
We're celebrating it with you right now. So this is the small traditions that we're doing on the new year. And after New Year, 2 weeks, first 2 weeks, nobody working. Imagine, right? Russia
Right.
is off.
Whoa.
Nobody is working for 2 weeks. Why? Because we have January 1st, right? It's a New Year day.
Right.
And then we have Orthodox Christmas on January 7th. Also, we have another holiday that's called Old New Year on January 12th.
Mm.
So January 12th, we're still eating our leftovers. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of leftovers. We're still eating leftovers. We're
Yeah.
rewatching the shows that we're watching on the first because
Hmm.
we have shows. Celebrities do create shows for every channel has a concert show with celebrities for a new year. So
Hmm.
we're rewatching that on the 12th, and our New Year tree stays in our house till not May, but it stays there until January 15th. It's when it's finally say, okay, we're going to work. Before we go to work, clean that
It's
out.
back to normal. Yep, exactly. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. Oh, nice, nice little mug there you got. It's like
Oh,
everything about you is like very colorful. I mean, I'm wearing I'll show this shirt in a second, but everything about you is very colorful today. I appreciate that.
oh, I wake up at 5 in the morning. I said I need to do my hair, my Hollywood curls. For some reason, either I lost the touch, either the wax that I was using lost something, and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. It did take me 3 hours just to do my hair, just for you guys,
Look
just
at
for you
this.
guys,
This is
and everything.
commitment.
Yes, everything was. I was like, I need to make this look, the beautiful dress, beautiful red stockings, and the if you can tell
The
here, I have
snowflake earrings.
some.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes, so everything was working just for you guys, and I hope you guys joining us in the chat and sharing your traditions with your family. How about
No.
you, Santa? What is your traditions?
Absolutely. So, I mean, I want to kind of back off, what you said. I mean, this is definitely a merry time. I know a lot of people are a lot more merry than during more most of the year itself. But I agree with you that there are people who unfortunately don't have anyone to celebrate with, and we would love for you to join us or join our podcast and share, your love as we share our love with you as well. Um, Holiday time has always been weird in my family because like growing up as a kid, it was fantastic. Because like even though my parents are like more traditionally Indian, they don't
Yeah,
they celebrate the American holidays like accordingly, right? So they'll do what they see other people do. So it's like Thanksgiving, okay, we all get food, we all get together, we all eat. Christmas, okay, you guys put up a tree, give gifts, okay, great, that sounds good. July 4th, fireworks, okay, let's blow up some fireworks. Like we just kind of participate in that. But as a kid, we did it forever. We always put up a tree. My brother was always like the sneaky one who would get like certain gifts or gifts I want, but not put them in their box, right? So one time I really wanted a
mhm,
yo-yo,
mhm,
and he put it in a like a sandwich Ziploc box. Like when you get the little sandwich bags from the like the box. He put it in there. So I'm sitting
yeah.
there. I'm like, did I just get sandwich bags for Christmas? And he's like, look inside it. I pulled it out, and it was a yo-yo, and I was like, oh my god. But like he was, and he did that all the time. Like he gave me a video game once, but he put it inside of a book, and the book was like for school, and I was like, did you just give me a school book? Like I don't understand. And he's like, no, open it, and it was a game. And I was like, oh, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then like over time, uh my family started having some conflicts, like interfamily conflicts, like everybody more or less
Oh,
has. And when I got to like maybe teenagers to like young adult, like we kind of stopped doing that. So our family became so like segregated that like Christmas is obviously like the 25th or whatever, but what we do is we would call like certain families over on certain days, right? So like one family would come the day before Christmas, one would come on Christmas, and one would come after Christmas. And they only did that because like they all wanted to see us, but they didn't want to see each other. And then like over time, it just like it like we would catch them if we caught them, and then the holidays were not as cheerful. Now, fortunately for me, I had friends that like I consider like family at this point, and they always invited me to their family traditions. So they're Polish, and they follow very like Polish traditions. So I think like
mhm.
even on
Ooh.
Yeah, even on like Christmas
Mhm.
Eve, they don't eat meat, but they have like a fish dinner and like stuff like that. On Christmas, they have meat for dinner and whatnot. But like they're prepping all next week for that. And when I used to join them in the past few years, like they did Secret Santa, where it's like a gift exchange, but we had like a limit of how much we would spend, and it was great because like then you don't have to buy everyone a gift. You just buy it for your Secret Santa, and it was fun to like just pass off the gifts and trick people to say, "Oh, I got you," but you really didn't. And like that became my family tradition, was celebrating with another family. Now, not that I didn't celebrate with my family, like I still gave them gifts and stuff like that. But like it was like little things like that that made like the holidays a little bit more joyous for me. And then I had my daughter, right? And when I had my daughter, and I think I talked about it on one, our previous podcast, where I gave a speech and I was like, look, we got to stop this weird interfamily fights. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, I have a daughter who's going to come to love all of you, and you guys need to come to love her. I was like, when I say,
Mhm.
hey, it's Christmas dinner, you guys are coming over for Christmas dinner. I mean, if you can't make it for not making it, that's fine. But don't tell me, like, I'm not going to make it because your other uncle's going. I'm like, listen, that's not, don't, we're not doing that anymore. Like, suck it up, leave your emotions at the door, come in, have a nice dinner, have fun with my daughter, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like starting like not her first year, because she was very young to understand the Christmas tree and stuff like that. But last year, I put up my Christmas tree like mad late. I put it up like December 23rd, and then, like Christmas is the 25th, and I was like, okay, this was a little late. This
That's
year we
okay.
this year we put it up at the beginning of the month, and we started decorating it. We started putting gifts under it, so like she gets it. My uncles and aunts are like, all right, we'll come over for dinner on Christmas Day, or we're gonna do a lunch because I have to go to my in-laws house for dinner. And I'm like, good, this is the stuff like that brought back like my childhood memories, which I think is very important when it comes to like these holidays. Is like we just try to remember all those good times. And when they disappeared when I was younger, I'm happy that they're coming back for my daughter at least. And she's super stoked, she's super excited. She saw Santa like 62 different times now, because like we've been to so many different places, and she's just like super super happy about it. um but I look forward to it because like like we don't have like certain dishes per se, like we don't do certain like special foods that we make per se. We just make like a traditional Indian dinner, and like sometimes we'll make some sort of sweet or something like that. But for us, it was more like the coming of togetherness. It was always like getting together and just like catching up how everyone is doing. And I think I mentioned like a few weeks back, like my uncle had passed away. So like my parent, like this was an uncle that my mom, like it's technically my mom's brother, and
Mhm.
they were like family members that had that fight, that they didn't want to talk to each other anymore, and like after some time, like they rekindled. But then after he passed, like she was like, it's my duty to be able to go back to their family, to her, sorry, to her brother's kids, and just be there for them. So she said that she went the last few weeks, like a day or two a week, just to check up on them, make sure they're all doing good and stuff like that. Because like I said, my uncle left behind one son, five daughters. That's a big family to leave behind, and then they all have their kids too. So she wanted to go check up on them, making sure they're good. And it's nice to have that. I mean, it sucks to have lost my uncle, but it's nice that like my mom's like, all right, like we gotta buck up, like we gotta be family here, and I gotta be there for them. So even for like Christmas, she bought them gifts that like I think she dropped off, and she's like, open these up on Christmas and stuff like that. And even for them, like they're like super traditional Indian, like they came from India and like tried to learn American ways here, and like they see that everyone puts up lights and decorations and stuff like that, so then they started participating. They put up a tree. They don't understand the whole concept of like Santa or Santa Claus. They just get like the whole like, this is gift giving, this is the all this. So I think all their children are looking forward to it. Um, but I'm super excited about it because, like I said, like before I had my daughter, for a good like almost a decade, like we didn't do anything. And we said Merry Christmas and stuff like that, but just it didn't feel Christmas to me. Like the only Christmassy thing I felt was like going to other people's house, or just when you go out now, if you go out anywhere, people are just in good spirits. People are just happy, and they're like, happy holidays, and you know Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and like they're all just like in a very better state. And I know the next 2 weeks is essentially going to be exactly like that. Even though, I'm still working and stuff like that. Like even the calls I get for work in IT, that they've been super nice to me. Like they'll have problems, they'll be upset, and then at the end they'll be like, "Happy holidays," Merry Christmas, and I think they're ready for like the holiday party or whatever. But I do like this time just because of people. I mean, I wish people can be like this all the time, and I take it with a grain of salt here, but I'm just happy that people are happy, and I'm looking forward to this Christmas. I'm looking forward to the time my daughter's gonna have.
I am definitely so stoked and super excited for you to step in and put in those words saying that, hey, listen, I have a daughter now. Let's create a tradition. Okay? I believe that core values of the house is the traditions. Either it's holidays, either you guys do something on the weekends. It's something that creates that the kids will see that.
Yeah.
Kids see that. Kids grow up, they see how much they love what the family is about, getting united together, right? And I'm sure you've had a plenty amazing and tasty Polish food.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um.
I've been around on Christmas parties. I've been around on Italian Christmas parties when they have 7 dishes.
Yeah.
I just watched like cultural how people are created their own traditions, and I've been in a few traditions, and I was like, wow, Italians create 7 dishes. I also been around my friends when they create so much food and they're always inviting me. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, right? This is
Mm.
like everything, like mac and cheese and greens and all the goodness. And I here I am coming with the fruits and like, what is that, right? They're like, it's not food. I'm like, it is food. It's fruit, right?
Yeah. 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 No.
But we also had Secret Santa. We have a tradition with my girls. I am in this country, so I took out the traditions from this also in this country, right? So I created kind of my own traditions, and my girls, we're core girls, 5 girls. We do Secret Santa every year or every other year. We have a onesie party. So we have
Oh.
now it's more than a 5 people. We
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
bunch of girls jumping around in the onesies and sharing the gifts, sharing that cheer, and sharing that emotions and putting that culture, putting that tradition together, what made me strong, what made me believe that hope is still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. We're still nice. We're still kind. The hope is there, and I don't want you to lose any hope because a lot of people lose their loved ones on holidays. That's
Yeah.
the way it
100%.
is.
No.
That's the God making it happen if you believe in God. Um, you know, it's just things happen. Nice people leave on holidays, okay? And we got to take it as a good thing. It's a blessing. And a lot of people close themselves and say, hey, we don't want to celebrate holidays. Like my mom passed away, or this passed away, that passed away. It's like we can't. No, they want you to have fun. They want you to continue the traditions in your family.
Mhm.
We're celebrating, in the end of the day, we're celebrating Christ. It's not about gift giving, right? Like on my New Year holidays, we never exchanged any gifts because it was not, we didn't focus on gift giving.
Right. Right.
We're
Right. Right.
focused on celebrating the new year coming in with the fireworks, with a beautiful table. We cook all day, eat all night. Oh, I miss that.
Yeah.
A traditional salad, Olivier. If you take a look, Olivier, maybe you had it. It's like a Russian salad with bunch of mayo, potato, and what is that, kalbasi, all that together. Ugh.
No, I don't think I've had that. I've had like I've had potato salad as well, but yeah. No, no, I totally agree. I mean, it is definitely unfortunate when like, loved ones pass away, but I agree with you that there is definitely time to mourn, but there's a time to celebrate life, right? Um, and that's why I think even like my uncle had like he lived a good, long, healthy life. And unfortunately, it happened, and I know my my cousin, like his son, was like very sad, like very down. And I told him, I was like, listen, like, just remember the good times, remember the good things, like he was your father and he introduced you to like this world and he brought you here to America and he was able to meet your son, so that's what his grandson, right? And you gave him two grandsons and he was able to play with them, interact with them, love them. And I'm like, you got to
Yeah.
remember those moments because those are the important ones. And even like your son will remember how you remember your father. Like when my grandparents passed away, like my grandmother and my grandfather passed away, like a long time ago, like I saw what state my parents were in, and I remember them being like incredibly sad and incredibly down. But then they're like, we still need to like stand up and move forward. And even though this moment has happened, this sad passing has happened, I know they wouldn't want me to sit here and mope about it. They would want me to stand up, stay strong for the kids, and continue along, and just like you said, carry along not just tradition but culture. Carry forward the
Mhm.
love and the all the efforts they put into their life, right? So like my grandparents put it into their children, which is my parents, and then my parents put it into me, and then I'm trying to pass it on to my daughter, and this is how like these things go. And like I think we both understand that life is not always like daisies and flowers, right? But we always can make the best of situations. Like look at us, like we're supposed to have a podcast together today, right? But we didn't know what was gonna happen. You messaged me yesterday and you're like, I'm not gonna make it out, and I'm like, no big deal, we can still do the podcast, right? And then
Yeah.
like you'll be
We're
here.
gonna take 5 hours to get ready.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I'm actually happy in a sense because like you're like it's gonna take me 3 hours. I'm like, all right, listen, we gotta leave at like 8:30 though, 9 o'clock. Listen, I didn't roll out of bed till like 10:30, so it worked out in my
Like
favor.
like 3 hours is just the hair. We're talking
Yeah,
about everything else, and I'm like, and I have this beautiful, like beautiful dress and all that,
but
and putting it
y-
on. It's a
you
photo
know
shoot
we
between,
we
right?
still got time. Like I mean, I'm a firm believer that sometimes things don't work out on the day that like it's supposed to work
On
out.
a
Like
good
Christmas, for
reasons.
example, right?
Good reasons.
I'm
Yeah.
like, it doesn't work out. That's fine. I'm like, I can give you a holiday gift after Christmas, after the New Year. Like I've definitely been in some tough situations right now. Like this month has been wild for me, but I like, there's stuff I want to exchange to my friends, my family, and I'm like, look, I'm not gonna give it to you on Christmas, but you're gonna get something. And of course, it's always like, you don't have to get me anything. You don't have to get me anything. But,
Yeah, you don't have to.
yeah,
Your
but like
presence is everything. You the gift to
yeah,
the
yeah, no,
world.
but like the thing is, like for me, I've always been like a giving person, and it's not like for me, what
Yeah.
like the
It's
gifts I
hard.
give are
I
not just
know.
like like here's like
Yeah.
a game, or here's like a cup or something like that. There's
Yeah.
always some sort of meaning behind it that like people continue to use like throughout.
It's also
But
my love language, like giving.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly like I can't not give. Like I have friends who like
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, Christmas is coming up, and they're like, oh, you don't have to get me anything. I was like, look, I didn't ask you. I'm just saying Christmas is coming up. You're gonna get something, and that's it. And like I don't
Yeah.
really ever expect anything in return, which is fine. But like I like that's just like what I grew up with. That's what I'm used to. Was just always being a giver. And like for me, it's like
Yeah.
you said, like your presence is my gift. Like I have a friend that's out in California, and she doesn't like necessarily celebrate Christmas, but like she'll be Christmassy, and I was like, oh, Christmas is coming, I'll probably get you a gift or something. I gotta decide what I want to get you, and she's like, oh, like you don't have to get me anything. I was like, yeah, I know, I don't have to, but I want to just because like I've grown very fond of her, and she's become a good friend of mine. And she's like,
Mhm.
yo, I can't get you anything. I'm like, listen, the time you spend with me, like we play video games like every night, and like I was like, we text almost every day, and like we talk a lot, and I'm like, this time that you spent with me is my gift. This is like like you're giving me more than I've ever wanted, and like
Yeah.
I only know how to give back these small ways, but I also spend time with her too. But and the same thing, even like Morgan will not let me give her anything. Like Morgan's been my friend for like a good like year, maybe even like two
We
years
hear a
now.
lot about Morgan. We need Morgan
Yeah,
on stage right
I think more.
now. Woo!
I don't think Morgan's here today, unfortunately. But
She's
she'll
gonna
watch this
watch us
later.
later, but
Yeah,
it's just so amazing. Like yesterday, I got this beautiful comment saying, "Oh, I'll see you tomorrow in YouTube." I was like, "Okay." I
yeah.
felt like I'm on TV or something. And today I received a message, "Oh, we're making a watching party." I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, we're gonna like hold together where
And
we're
watch it.
supposed to shoot our video today, and they're just collectively sitting together. I know you guys there. Hi, hi, hi.
Hello, hello.
And just making a watching party. I was like, what? This is so amazing.
Nah, like I said, the holidays definitely bring people together, which is great. And yeah, and I'm happy to
Yes, I
hear
want
that
to say
there's
hello
a
everyone who
bunch
is
of
in the chat. Anybody in the
greetings. Hello,
chat?
hello. But
Yeah, I don't see the chat. I'm sure you do. If anybody is sharing their traditions, welcome to share your traditions on holidays and the interesting ones. We're gonna read it out, right, Sanjay?
Yeah, no, I mean whatever anybody shares, I will definitely read it out here. But yeah, no. So I was saying like Morgan's been my friend for a very long time now, and she doesn't let me get her anything. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna because you're not gonna really have that argument because she's always been a person that like doesn't like accepting gifts. I was like, no problem. I'm not gonna say anything. But when I go visit her next year, she can't stop me from giving her the stuff I already have on hold for her. So, but like it's fun because all these little things add up. All these little things is what makes the holiday special. It makes
Mm-hmm.
the bond that you have was special. Even like doing this podcast with each other. Like I'm sure I think during the holidays we have caught up somewhat. Like we've met up a few times for drinks or whatever before the holiday. But like look at us now. We're making podcasts and this is actually episode 9, I think. So we'll actually end on
Yeah. Oh
at the
my
end of the year. It's gonna
goodness.
be episode 10, which is
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
I was talking to my friend and she was like, "You just spoke in a coffee shop and you already started podcast like right away?" I'm like, "Yeah, really?" And there's a lot of people cannot start right away, you know? And that's why I was like, if we would have been together right now, I would have been like, "Oh my God, last time we saw each other, we didn't even had anything. We were just
Yeah,
juggling things, ideas together, and now
yeah.
here we are." Almost at the end of the year saying we were about to have episode number 10. Thank you so much for every watcher, everyone who is tuning in. We have almost over 400 views. We're organically growing. We're not pushing, pressuring anything, anybody. If you like our energy, you like what you hear, you want to be motivated, and you want to be part of the Christmas show today, you're here today, we appreciate you so much. So
No,
much. I
I
feel like
agree.
we're all together. Anywhere you're watching, you could be watching anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
right? If you're speaking English, you can be watching anywhere in the world. And maybe one day we're going to make a podcast in India,
Hey,
Indian language, or Russian language, or any
listen,
other languages like
we'll
Qatar.
have either translators. We'll have people like dubbing us and speaking the language. Hey, listen, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
No,
why not? Why not? You
but I
know?
agree. I mean, this year, I mean, I think out of like everything, I think this year was definitely a year of growth for everyone. I mean, for yourself, for myself, my family. Um, it was definitely a year of change, and I felt like it was a year that like I needed to kind of self reflect. Um, and I mean, I see nothing but positive things like going forward. I'm looking forward to the things that we're gonna, have coming up for not just the podcast, but just like our lives. Um, I
Super
like
excited for that.
I actually, I mean, I appreciate the fact that at least I gave effort, right? So doing something is always like the hardest step. Like the first step is always like the hardest step, and I think all my life I just never took the first step up until this year. So there's some things I've tried doing that I was like, it was fun, but it didn't work out, or I tried this and I just can't keep it consistent. But I gotta admit, like at least the podcast, I do appreciate because I like the consistency of it, and I actually like to do it. And I remember I was talking to my wife about it, and I told her like, look, every Saturday I'm putting away a few hours because I got to set up the podcast. I want to do the podcast and go from there, And then like I know on Thursdays we normally test with our guests to make sure things work. But the fact that like I always had a game plan where there's something I always wanted to do, and maybe next year I'll do it, but I don't know if I'll ever record it, right? But so there's Reddit, right? I don't know if you know what Reddit is. It's like an
Reddit.
online
I've
forum
heard
kind of
about it.
thing. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
I've heard
popular.
about it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
people go on it. You can literally do anything and everything on Reddit, right? But one thing I wanted to do, but I wanted to get to a point where people felt comfortable doing it, was I wanted to do like, I wanted to go out to for lunch and meet people, right? So I was gonna put up a post like, "Hey, I want to meet someone for lunch, right? Guy, girl, doesn't matter to me." And go out for lunch and get to meet them, get to know them, right? Kind of like what we do
That's
here for
interesting.
motivation
Like I
station, right?
can't I like me personally, some people can't meet easy. Maybe we need a like a story of you sharing how easy for you and what do you do to meet people? Because not a lot of people can meet people
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
like
no.
that like you
So
do.
the thing is, and it would here's the thing, it would have been exactly like the podcast, right? So for me, it's just like not that like I was like, what motivates you? What do you want to get out of life and stuff like that? But it's just like hearing people's stories about their lives, like growing up, and like personalities, work, dreams. Like I wanted to talk to people like that, but it's weird
Mhm.
because in a sense, this is what Motivation Station ended up becoming. So instead of me going out and like meeting people and saying, "Hey, like I want to talk about you," like I know up until this point, like 9 episodes in, at least like seven, six, seven of them, we had guests, and there was like your guests, but like I've been talking to like a few people. I know at the beginning of the year, I actually have a few people interested in being in the podcast.
Interesting.
And like it's just like I want to get to know them even better. And I know that like they're already my friends, but I would love for like the audience, I would love for like you to meet them and like learn about them. And I like I find that motivating in its own way. Like I like to like my at the beginning of the year, in January, our first podcast in January, I invited my brother-in-law, um, and my brother-in-law is a pastor. So I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but like, it's 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 amazing how well we connect, and I hope to talk more detail about that when we actually do the podcast. But like I never realized how much of a motivation he is in my life, and like he really didn't do much. Like he would just talk about himself, his work, his belief, his faith, stuff like that. And I was just like, yo, this is great, this is amazing. And I was like, you know what, like we went out to, I think we went out for dinner for Thanksgiving because we didn't have time to cook. So we went out for like a Korean barbecue, not Korean barbecue, no, we went out like to a sushi palace for dinner. And
Mhm.
his whole family came in. I was like, hey man, like you want to be on our podcast? And he's like, really? And he watches the podcast too. He watches it during his off hours, but he
That is
watches it.
amazing.
So I was like, yo, I would love for you to be on it. I have another friend that I met on Reddit, ironically, and I met when I was just like looking for people to like talk to throughout the day because I worked in IT, and I was just like, my wife is busy with my daughter. She had her mom's group where like they talked all the time, so I was like, damn, I need somebody to text. So I found a friend that lives in Jersey, and like she's actually very big on like mental health. She's always like promoting like how to be
I love that.
self-aware. Yeah. And she really was like she wants to start her own podcast, and I was like, look, I'll help you if you want to, but I was like, if you want to be on our podcast, like you can be on our podcast. I would love to bring you in. And she's like, oh yeah, that'd be fantastic. So
That's
maybe she'll come
amazing.
around too. But like for me, it's just like
Of
I
course.
would love to just to bring people on, and it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily like have to be like, oh, I am a entrepreneur. Oh, I'm
Just be
I'm this,
you.
I'm that. You could just be a person who wants to be motivated, a person who just wants to find something to do in life or some sort of ambition or something, and talk to us. And I think it'd be fun to A, get to know you, and B, even like pick you up. Even like our people that we have that show up for the podcast now as viewers. Listen, if you want to be on the podcast, we would love to have you share your stories, share, your love, your passion. Um It'd be fun, and like it's funny because I still kind of want to do that for Reddit, and I think in a sense, I'm gonna still try to do that. I know, like like Frank, for example, Frank, Gina, like Paulie, right? They're all like local to me. I'm like, I might not make a video on it, I might not make a Reddit post on it, but I do want to meet them because I would love to know more about them. Like I still want to visit Robin. I still got to visit John. Like all these people that have been on our podcast. I'm like, you're all local Jerseyans. Like I can just visit you, and like it's so
Yes.
it in itself is motivation. To me, it in itself is just like fun. And I agree that there are people out there that just don't know how to get out and like talk and stuff like that. And I wouldn't mind like showing up and be like, well, let's meet up, me and you. And I think that would be pretty, that would be pretty fun. I actually had like a lot of my close friends, and I have a very small circle of close friends, but like a lot of my close friends were introverted people. But like over time, we all got better with it. We all started to like we would talk to people in public. Like even I wasn't like that, you know. But now, like if I go grocery shopping and I'm standing next to someone, I'll crack a joke and like they'll start laughing and we'll just start talking, you know.
I
Um, if I
love
go to the
that.
bar, I'll talk to the bartender. I'll talk to the person sitting next to me. I'm always tempted, like whenever I see somebody eating alone, that I want to sit with them and eat, but I'm still too shy to like just go up to them because some people want to be left alone. So I'm like, all right, whatever, that's fine. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I just find people very interesting, and I think that's why like I was very motivated to do Motivated Station just because I wanted to get to know people more. You know.
Yeah. I am super excited that I found the key that really brings out this light, passion, motivation out of you.
Mm,
And that is also, I love that you like doing this. You like putting your couple of hours a week for this because I was like, oh my God, it's hard to find somebody who's like, okay, I'm going to do it every day, right? So, and also in my like my energy, right? I was also very excited because I love being on camera, I love taking pictures, I like dressing up, as you can tell, every
yeah.
day, all the time, different looks. It's just like, it's just something brings that out of me. And I'm glad that we're mutually passionate. And let's going back to traditions. I
Mm,
feel like we're creating a tradition
yeah.
also bringing what we love to do out of ourselves and also help others to say, hey, listen, you can bring what you love to do out of yourself, bring it out.
Yeah.
Create that tradition for yourself, create that showing up for yourself.
It makes a huge difference. And
And
like I said, I think, and I said this in past podcasts as well. Like the biggest thing was like as much as we started this podcast and we want to connect with people, motivate people, like I feel like I end up on top of all this because like this is motivating me more than anything. And I know like I mean I appreciate the fact that you wanted to jump on this and you're like, yo, let's do this. And it was I think the timing was just
and
perfect because
actually doing
be-
it.
because
Yeah.
like it put me in that mindset. It's like, look, this fell into my lap in a time where I started to self-reflect, and I was like, you know what, like I could use the motivation, and I know like you have motivation to do it as well, and I know like through us other people will be like motivated to
This
step
is
up
the
or to try
station
things and stuff
for
like that.
motivation.
But yeah, no. So Gina left a comment. So Gina, I don't know how we haven't met, but I met you through this
Gina!
podcast.
Gina is having a watching party. Gina, I
G-
love you so much.
Gina's
She's
like, I
having a
want to meet.
watching party.
Gina said, I want to meet you, Sanjay. How have you not met? Listen, we'll set that up soon. I promise we will set that up soon. But she also did say it's interesting what makes people tick, what drives them professionally and personally. You never know who you'll interact with and how their story may impact your life and your view of the world. I totally agree with that,
I
and I
love
think
that.
I think a lot of it was like it people are always like kind of in their own bubble. People are always in like their own world, and there's nothing wrong with that per se, but for people like Rose, people like myself, it was always like interesting getting to know people. Like I think Rose,
Hi,
like I
Perry.
said, Rose and I
Hmm.
met through a mutual friend, and like obviously you meet people all the time, but I felt instantly connected to Rose, and like whenever like we met up, and I was like, oh, is Rose here? And I would be talking to Rose, and if Rose wasn't around, I'd be like, all right, this is kind of crappy. Rose is not here.
Yeah.
But but like
The funny part, yeah,
go
yeah.
go
The
go.
funny part, Gina said that you are look like our mutual friend. We're not gonna say who it is,
Oh,
but she said you look like that mutual. Is that his brother? I'm like, no.
I mean, for what it's worth, a lot of people thought we were brothers. If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, a
Yes,
lot of people think we are brothers.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
yes.
so she says, yeah, it's hard, but as Sanjay said at the opening of the podcast, the first step is definitely the hardest. We must walk before we can run. And not exactly. And it's just like sometimes, and one thing I learned, Gina, is sometimes like you try it and you fall, right? You try it and it might not work out. You try it and you find out it's not something you want. But that doesn't make it like a failure. That doesn't make it like this was something dumb to do. This was something stupid to do. No, it was a lesson that was learned. And I think just the having that mindset was a hard step in itself, you know? And
Yes.
I think you know, everyone has their thing. Everybody has their niche that they'll eventually find. But a lot of people don't have that opportunity to try to get it. You know, and I'm hoping next
Ah.
year
Mm-hmm.
I have a few close friends who are going through some stuff, and I'm hoping next year, and I would love to share these stories if things do work out. But I don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like talk about it highly now and like not make it happen. I kind of want to take the step to make
Gradually.
stuff happen. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
Um,
I also feel like if we are a failing part is like if you don't know your niche yet and you're failing everything that you're doing, sometimes it's good to let it go, because when you let it go, maybe it wasn't yours, it's something that's yours
yeah,
coming to you.
yeah, I agree.
So in the same time, I always remind myself, fail until you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Failure gives you lessons, gives you mistakes. Make mistakes. They are your teachers. Make
Yeah,
bunch of mistakes. Make
yep.
thousand mistakes. Don't punish yourself for making a mistake. Take a lesson from that mistake. Learn from it and move forward. If it's not yours, it's not yours. Just if you don't have a joy of the things that you do, it doesn't bring you joy. Why are you doing it? Let it go.
I
Like
agree.
right now, I have the most joy of being here. Yes, I woke up at 5 in the morning. Yes, it took me 3 hours to do just my hair and 1 hour to do my makeup and my look and do this and that and trrr, and of course I needed to take some pictures. You know, but this is what I love to do and
Mm,
this is what brings me joy. And that's why we're so connected, and I love people that can connect,
yeah,
you know? What are you bringing to the world? You bringing joy, or you bringing that sad face and oh, nothing's working out, everything is bad. Oh, I can't do it. Like, come on now.
mm,
Nobody wants to be around that person,
yeah. No,
right? But
it's
I mean
definitely.
that
I know what you're talking.
person.
Yeah.
I was that person. You know, if it comes up, right? I was that person when I was 100% negative. I didn't grow up in a positive family when everybody was saying you can do whatever and you're gonna achieve big. They say, hey, what are you talking about? Calm down. We don't even have $5 in our pocket. Like, I needed to work through my thinking, shift my thinking, change things to be able to have a beautiful cup and just have a beautiful chat with you. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of work. But today, while I was doing all of the look together, I said, you know what? I'm grateful for every mistake, for every failure, for everything that I have learned since I was little. Because right now, I packaged it up together and it looks amazing.
Mm,
Never stop learning. That's my message today.
yeah.
Never stop learning. And this is my traditions. This is my culture that I created for myself.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't do a little bit of 1% better every day and I don't do little things every day, this isn't happening. We
Right.
wouldn't be sitting here and talking about traditions of your family and meeting people around the world that say, hey, I'm going to see you tomorrow on YouTube. I'm like, oh, wow. It felt like I'm going to see you on TV. And I felt like like a
Like as a
TV
celebrity
star
at
or
that point, you're like,
something.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
I was
I
like, oh my God, just a comment. But obviously, I don't, you know, tap
yeah,
myself on the shoulder, stay humble,
yeah.
and
Always
this
be
is
humble.
what we do. And I'm so super, super, super always grateful. It's growing organically.
Mm-hmm.
We're not buying followers. We're not pushing. We're not promoting. Why? Because who needs that? We just
Yeah,
need the energy.
yeah,
I'd rather have 100 quality energy than 1,000 is like all over,
yeah. No, I agree.
And today it's a Christmas show. I want you to feel, if you're alone today. I know there's people watching, they're alone and they don't have families to celebrate. I know my friend Terry's watching it from
Oh yeah,
Arizona.
yeah. I
Hi,
was gonna
I
say
love
yeah.
you guys.
She's coming.
You know, people watching from everywhere, all over the states. Who would knew that? Who would told me 6 months ago that you're gonna be sitting with me right now having this Christmas show and
Mhm,
people telling you we're having a watching party, we're watching you on YouTube.
mhm.
I'm gonna see you on YouTube and people just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is a Christmas show. And
Yeah,
people
no,
are
for sure.
sharing their traditions right now. This
Yeah,
is
no, it's I
definitely
think
motivating.
I think this is
Definitely
something,
motivating.
like I said, it's definitely great that for us it's motivating for ourselves, but I love the fact that it's also motivating other people. And yeah, I have other people, tell me all the time, like, I have a friend who maybe I think she messages me like every Saturday, 5 minutes before the podcast, like, "Hey, are you going live yet?" And I'm like, I tell her every day, I'm like, every Saturday, I'm like 11 o'clock, like just follow the link and you'll be fine. But I appreciate like like my friends like that because they show interest. They're like, this is actually pretty cool. And I'll, in my head, it's like I'm glad you're enjoying it. And like in my head, I always like step back and I'm like, I do it more for me than anyone, because I feel like I need this motivation more than anything. And I love the fact that we can sit here and you're motivated and like Gina's motivated and Teresa and Frank and Polly, like everyone here is just like growing and loving it. And even like yeah, like I never pictured this idea at all, like doing a podcast. Like, I mean, I know it exists, I know other people watch podcasts, I have a few friends who watch other podcasts and stuff like that, but I never thought to myself, oh, I'll sit here and I'll talk on video with somebody else while people watch us, um but like I said, like when I go back and look at it, I watch it and I just like kind of watch me and I just see how excited I get. Like I remember watching, I was watching videos of like podcasts with like Polly, just I was doing like a stress test in the sense that I just want to make sure all my stuff that I'm doing in the videos are working good. And as I'm watching it, I'm
Hmm.
like, damn, like I'm really motivated by this because I'm like, yeah, I like everything he was saying, everything he was motivated by. I was like, I can relate. Like I feel this too, and it was great. I don't want to lose the comments here. But yeah, Teresa said, yeah, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? So I love the fact she said that. I
Exactly.
mean, one of my favorite songs by Aaliyah is "Try Again," and I loved hearing that song. I would listen to it everywhere, and it was motivating. Gina says,
Yes.
grow from your mistakes. Don't beat yourself down over mistakes made. They are growing experiences, and you'll be better equipped for the next time you attempt it. Exactly. I took
Yeah.
that, Gina. I take that with the biggest stride because I got laid off from my job last year, right? So last December I got laid off. And it was probably one of my more favorite jobs. And when I got my next IT job after that, it was a level one job. So I worked myself way up to like a level two, three type of position, and then I stumbled because I got laid off. Now, like, me being laid off wasn't my fault. Me being laid off wasn't like
Mhm.
something I
Mhm.
triggered or something I did, but it affected my life, right? So I had two choices. I could have bitched and whined about it and just be like, look, like I didn't deserve this and like just be very upset about it. But I was like, no, I just gotta stand back up and do my thing. And the first job I got was a level one job again, right? But when I went back to a level one job, I wasn't like, this is level one all over again. No, I said this is level one with experience. So when it came to me doing the work, like I knew how to do like most of it or all of it for that matter, and I didn't stress about it as it when I did when I first started doing my level one job. So like as I went through it, and even now I got like a new job last 2 months ago, like that in October. It was level one again, but like the way that my coworkers, my manager watched me work, they're like, you're very experienced. I was like, yeah, I know. And like you don't really complain about your work. I was like, yeah, no, because I'm coming back into it with this mindset that I can do this and keep time to myself. I don't have to stress about
Mhm.
work. I can work at my pace. I don't have to go crazy about it. And when I did level one like a decade ago, I was stressed about it because I was like, I don't know how to handle all this. But now I'm coming back with experience. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. And Teresa also said, if we don't make mistakes, how do we learn? Yeah, exactly. Like you're not, you
Exactly.
don't become a master on your first attempt. Like every person that became a master at something was always bad at something. Like they started out and just worked harder and kept at it and kept going. And everyone was level one in a sense. Like it's like I'm gonna make a Star Wars reference. Like you're always a Padawan before you become a Jedi. But Gina says every successful person has tried and failed, maybe multiple times, but they get back up and try again. That's what internal strength, drive, and motivation is needed to be cultivated within. Exactly, 100% agree. Like, like the beautiful thing, and just like you said, Rose, that we could try stuff and we could fail, right? And we could just let it go. Like, it doesn't have to be the thing that we want to do. Like, say I'm into cars, right? And for me, cars is a motivation. It doesn't mean you need to be into cars or cars need to be the motivation for you. Everyone has their own version of what makes them happy, what makes them
Yes.
driven, and stuff like that. And that's the high that you should chase. And sometimes, like, I'm into cars and another person's into video games, but we're both driven by, well, what if we do this every day? What if we talk about, research cars or video games? What if we practice video games or driving and stuff like that? Like, little things do add up together. There is a commodity that connects the two together, and whether it's energy or something actually in common with each other, they both lift you up, which is a beautiful thing, right? um
Yes.
but the next thing, I think, comfortably saying, I didn't know where this podcast was going, right? But when I got into it, I was just like, we're just gonna do it, and we'll see how things go, right? There is a level of winging it. There is a level of let's just talk. Like, even this, I think the only thing we talked about for this podcast was it's gonna be about family tradition. That was the only thing said. Then we're like, we'll see you Saturday, and that's it. And here we are, and we're just talking about it. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that we can just like kind of talk about it openly, and it links to other conversations. I was sitting there, I was like, oh
Yes.
man,
Yes.
I don't know how well we're gonna do on this podcast. I don't know how long we're gonna talk, and it's already 52 minutes in. I'm like, all right, I guess it's really not a problem. Um, but like I think
Give a man a microphone and he will
so
make it
like
happen.
when it comes down to tradition, there's a level of culture, there's a level of like happiness, there's a level of why we do the things we do, right? So if you even think about it in a sense, Rose, this is a tradition. This is a tradition that we created. We started
That's,
back in
yeah.
October or whatever, and
We
like
started
yeah.
October 8th.
Yep, and here we are, and now it's become tradition. Every Saturday we do a podcast, or at least we talk about it, and
Our
you know,
culture.
it's become like this has become us. This is who we are and what we represent. Like Motivation Station is us now, and we represent it, and we represent you guys, and you guys represent us, and we love the fact that you're here. We love the fact that you're watching. You participate in our chat. You share with your friends. You watch it on your off hours. uh, this is just the beginning, which is the most beautiful part. Like I actually wanted to say it out loud instead of like oh, what are we gonna talk about next week? Do we have a guest for next week? I don't recall. I think we
We
do, right?
do.
Okay.
We do. Today it's all about cheer, Christmas cheer, right? I have
Hmm.
this beautiful mug that says Christmas cheer.
Mm.
It's all about being in the spirit of holiday spirit, being kind to each other. Let's bring that out 365, not only on Christmas
Uh,
time.
yeah.
For me, it's the biggest holiday is New Year. I celebrate New Year really, really, really. We have champagne. We have this tradition of writing your wish in the last minute of before
Yeah.
11:59. We write the wish. We burn it. We put the ashes in a champagne glass and we drink it.
Hmm.
That's like a big tradition for if you are from Russia. Also, there's tradition for the first 13 days, January 1st till January 13th. You write down on January 1st, you sit down and on a red paper, guys, if you want to do it, do it. So for 13 days, okay, so you write down 13 wishes that you want to happen this year, right?
Mm.
For the next year, January 1st. And then you write down on December 31st, and then you put all of your red papers, it's 13, right, under your pillow. You sleep, and then you wake up on the January 1st. You take one out, you burn it. You don't look at it. You burn it. You burn it. And then January 13th comes. It's the most magical time.
Mm.
It's January 1st, January 13th. There's a lot of things happening. Christmas and New Year and a lot of it's a lot of energy. Everybody have a resolution, right? It's a lot of energy happening. So the last piece of paper that you're going to have, this is your goal for the year. You have to make whatever you could do, but you
Effort,
have
yeah.
to make the goal to come true. And you know what's funny? When that goal will come true, all the other 12 ones,
Will
boom, will
follow,
come
yeah.
true as well.
Interesting.
Guys,
Okay.
this is an amazing ritual if you want to do it for the new year. I don't believe in resolution. I really don't. We're going to talk about that later on the next
Next, yeah,
podcast
next
about
talk, yeah.
New Year and resolutions. I don't believe in resolutions because if you want something, you set a goal today and you do it today like we did, right? We were sitting in a coffee shop and like, let's meet up. Okay. Oh, we're
Yeah.
having a coffee. Oh, let's just make a podcast. Oh, okay. Oh, just motivate people. Oh, okay. Oh, we're already doing it?
Yeah, yeah. Like it was, yeah. No, I agree. I mean, that's a pretty cool tradition. I'll have to, I'll have to give that a shot. I didn't, think about it. Yeah, no, but what I was saying,
Yes.
like, um, definitely, like next podcast, like I definitely want to talk more about like my 2025 goals and things I wanted to do. But yeah, maybe we'll pan it out accordingly.
We
And
do have an
yeah,
amazing guest. His name is John, Jon, and he's very excited. He already texted me, I'm so excited. I was like, I'm excited too. I'm glad that people are actually excited to be on the podcast,
mm, yeah,
and he's just a brilliant person. I'm going to dive in a little bit how we met with him next on the podcast.
mm,
And I'm so excited he's going to be here because he just also started uploading videos on YouTube
mm,
and now he has million views.
mm,
So I want to hear him saying, "Hey, I have million views, you can have million views."
mm,
Okay? That's not what we loudly speaking about, but I'm putting that in my vision
yeah.
because eventually it's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. I, I mean,
So,
yeah. Now I look forward to getting to know John for next week. So let's see. We had Morgan. Morgan finally woke up and showed up because she slept in. Gina says, "I
Morgan.
wrote down my wishes last year, but they were put in Rose's homemade wish basket."
Ooh,
And
I
then
did made that for her.
she also said, "I opened them all the other day. Most are a work in progress. Hey, listen, work in progress is better than nothing.
No progress.
A
Yeah.
few haven't changed, but I also added some new ones to the wish basket, which is great." Let's see. Morgan says my first goal for 2025 is not sleeping on Saturdays and catch motivation station. Morgan, I hope you can make that happen because that'd be fantastic.
I
But
want to hear from Megan. Megan was supposed to receive our giveaway
I think
gift.
she did. Yes, I think she did. I know she's watching because she's the one that always messages me on
Hi,
Saturday, and she's
Megan.
like, "Hey,
Yeah,
did you guys start your podcast yet?" I know she got her gift. I haven't caught her yet, so we definitely have to catch her. Um,
that's okay. As long as she's excited about it.
yeah, no, she is 100%. And then I mean, we
It
still
was
have some
made with love.
giveaways. We have some giveaways to do. Maybe next week we can do like multiple giveaways, but I'll definitely put it a little bit more out there so people can participate and accept the
And
gifts.
next time, I'm gonna make sure that my new microphone that I just got, every podcast, 1% better, right? And next time we're gonna make sure that my mic is gonna be working. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited for this little piece. It's gonna
Yeah,
become
like you
my
said,
friend for the
it's
next.
all little things that come together, and like I mean, I know you'll agree too. Like from our first podcast till this podcast, we didn't see what was gonna happen, right? We didn't see the
Amazing
level of
change.
yeah, we didn't see what what was gonna happen, right? So like what like where we're gonna be at, but I will say I am proud of from day one till this where we've come, and I look forward to where we're gonna go. Like from here. Um, but honestly, like I love this. I love the traditions we both shared. I definitely want to do the wish one. I want to put it under my pillow and see what
Yeah.
conspires. I
I
look
want to
forward to
bring
next
out
week.
light.
Yeah.
I want to
No.
bring out light. Today's your today's burning wood day.
Yeah.
Today's all about making magic and dreaming and writing your. Today is a good day to write down your goals and dreams and what you want. And today, if you are by yourself, having no hope, for holidays or you don't like holidays or something, I just want to hug you and say, hey, it's a magical time.
Virtual hug.
You're not
Yep, for sure.
alone.
Listen,
And
and
we are here
also,
with you.
I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I don't think I ever mentioned it. But if you guys ever like just need a conversation, just want to reach out, talk to Rose and I, even on the side, because
We have a
maybe you don't
Gmail
like
account.
maybe yeah maybe you don't like talking on chat. Maybe you do want to talk to us, but you don't want to do it on the YouTube chat or join us in a podcast. Listen, email us at motivationstation@gmail.com, and we'll hit you up separately. I'll email you, Rose can message you, and we can start our own chat or our own friendship or anything like that. So don't be shy. We're here for you, and we want you to feel that we're if you feel alone during these holidays, at least you have Rose and I and our lovely audience here as well. At least all of us are here for you. But please feel free to reach out. But Rose, thank you for sharing your traditions. I think they're lovely. Maybe next year we can
Thank
actually
you.
do them in person, and have a good time together. Um, and I hope other people. I hope you guys. Maybe you didn't share your traditions, but you have your own, and you guys have a safe holiday and a happy holiday. Um, and we look forward to
Definitely.
our end year podcast. It's gonna be the bang that we do before 2025, and I know next year is gonna be nothing but amazing things for both of us, for
But
all
the
of us.
blessing, nothing but the blessings. We have major goals, major dreams, and today it's about just don't think about what the dreams and goals. Don't just
Enjoy
it's
today.
your family time.
Listen,
Enjoy
enjoy today.
today, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your holiday. Get out there, or maybe you're spending your last money just to make somebody a gift, or anything. Maybe you don't have a gift, and please take a piece of paper, jot it down the things that you love about that person and give that person. That's the
Yeah.
best gift you can give, right? The best gift is you. Don't think you're obligated to do any gifts. In the end of the day, it's the birthday of of Christ, and let's remember that. Let's not forget what this holiday is about.
Mm.
And at the same time, I'm wishing you the festive, the
Yes.
biggest, the abundance of your table. Enjoy it with your loved ones, with your favorite friends together. Get that get that energy. I want you to just stop racing. I want you to be in the moment. Be
Mm.
here. Be here right now.
Yeah.
Right now is the second passing by that you will never get back,
Yeah.
right? Treasure that. The
Every
most
second. Yep.
expensive gift that you have is your time,
Mm.
you know?
Agreed.
And that holiday spirit, just enjoy every moment because we never know. We never know if this will happen again. And I am super, super happy for you that you having your traditions with all your family for your daughter.
Yeah.
So your daughter can see that and feel that, and that is amazing. And
Yep.
I'm thanking everyone who is here, who's gonna watch us later. Thumbs up, put the notification bell
Yeah.
if you wanna
Subscribe,
not
like, yep.
miss
Share
us.
with others. We would love to
Because a lot of
see
people
those
say like,
episodes.
how can I find you? Just on notification. How do I do that? Just push that bell, and just every time we on, it's gonna notify you, and boom, you're here on live and watching and interacting. And I'm grateful for everyone who's interacting. Gina, Teresa, Morgan, Megan, Frank, Polly. Guys,
Everyone,
you're
yep.
an amazing people. Everybody's amazing people. I'm glad that we are creating that energy bond when not only for me, it's not about me. I'm motivated. I'm a motivational coach for 20 years. But for me to be able to tell you and give you the hope, there is a light, and let's get to that light. And if you're alone on holidays, I'm here, I'm hugging you. You know, that's what I want to give. I want to give you a hope of a light.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people live in a darkness. I've been
Mm.
there. I lived in the darkness for 10 years and I needed to get out, and when I got out, it was blinding. It was blinding, but I needed it. Little by little, I was bringing light, little by little. Now I
Yep.
can say, here, look at me, I'm the light. I'm the
Yeah.
sun. A lot of people call me sun. Actually, my last name starts with Sun. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
I'm the sun.
There you go. No, listen, you
You
do.
know?
I agree. I like, there's times in my life where I just, I always just felt like a guiding light to people, and like, I never was proactive about it. I never did anything to like help others, um, but now I am. Like, this year was a year of growth for me, and like now I'm trying to spread what I have in me out, so then those people can spread it to others, and then it's like its own infectious, lovely, like little thing to spread to everybody else. Let's see, we got Gina saying, "Live in the moment for now. Cherish your family, friends, and your loved ones." And then she says, "Stop."
Bingo.
She says, "Stop saying my thoughts, Rose." So that's that.
A
Um,
bingo.
Teresa says, "Happy holidays and great things to come." I agree. I mean, I'm
Thank
grateful
you.
for,
Thank
like,
you
we're
very
both
much.
grateful for you guys all being here. Before I forget though, let me I'm gonna show off my shirt real quick. So I'm
Of
wearing a
course. Should I
shirt.
show look at that shirt. Beautiful Christmas.
It's
I'm
a
like, do I
it's a
need to
so
show?
the funny part is it's a Christmas tree. So it says "Oh Christmas tree." But the Christmas tree is made out of all the check engine lights you can get in a car.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Oh
like
my
oil
god.
and check engine light. So I find it funny. I'm gonna wear. I have
We
a
need that one for Iron Cycles.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I forgot where I got it from. I think I got it from one of my car sites, but it has like, check
Yeah.
your battery, check your windshield fluid and stuff like that, and it's in the shape of a tree. So I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm about to have a 12-hour ride to
yes.
New Jersey. If New Jersey wants to meet me, I'm going to be there only 2 days. I'm going to be very limited on time. I want to say hi to everybody here now because I won't be able, but I do have an amazing, um, beautiful gift. I'm going to drop it off to you tomorrow
Yes.
and in the morning. So, and I'm super excited for 12-hour, right?
Yeah, listen, I've done those long drives too, but yeah, I totally get that. And
I
yeah, I was
love
just
it. I love long rides.
I was gonna say
I
I
don't
was
drive,
just gonna
so I
say the
guess I
same
do.
thing. I was like, as much as we're about to close up shop here, yeah, I was gonna mention, yeah. So Rose is gonna have her drive up to Jersey. I didn't know you're only staying a few days, but yeah, I look forward to at least catching you tomorrow. We can exchange our gifts then. But I do wish you a safe and fun ride. I know it's cold, so make sure you bundle up. I don't know what it's like for you over there. I mean, and even like you
It's
guys up
cold.
there, it snowed here
It's cold.
actually. It snowed a little bit, not a lot, but it snowed here.
It's
Um,
amazing because you know what? One of my dreams to lay on the snow.
to
So
lay on
tomorrow,
snow.
when I get there, I'm gonna be laying on the snow. I love laying on the snow. I'm from Russia. Everything is snowland there. Everything is white. So laying on the snow is like my favorite thing to do.
Mm.
Like, don't even get me out.
I mean, it definitely didn't snow enough to like for me to take like my daughter sees snow, but it's not enough to like build a snowman and stuff like that. But she's been like begging. She loves Frozen, so it's like she's been begging
Yeah.
for snow to come. So I'm like, all right, if it comes,
Yeah.
we'll definitely do it.
Okay.
But anyway,
That's
but yeah,
amazing.
so
Yeah. Okay.
definitely have a safe trip. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let me know if you need anything otherwise. And for our viewers, thank you, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll obviously
Happy
see you after.
holidays.
We'll see you after Christmas, or if you celebrate anything else, we'll see you after the
Happy
holidays. But we will
holidays.
catch you for our last 2024 podcast next Saturday, and we could hope you
Yes.
can join us to wish us well going to 2025. Maybe share your goals, share things that you look forward to, and I know we're looking forward to talking to you guys then. Morgan, set your alarm
Yes.
right now. Okay, set it right now, and set two just
I
in
want
case
to
because I don't
say,
trust you.
yeah, I want to say Happy Hanukkah. It's happening today on
Yes.
Christmas. It's I respect every religion.
Mm.
Whatever you're celebrating, I'm celebrating with you. I don't discriminate. So also it's Kwanzaa. Also it's 12 days of giving on your and we're just celebrating. Me personally, I'm Muslim. We don't celebrate Christmas, but we do celebrate our prophet's birthday. It's
Mm.
already passed, so it's like, oh, I'm just celebrating everything. You just celebrate whatever you're celebrating. Be nice,
And that's the biggest thing.
okay?
Be
Just
kind.
be
Listen,
nice.
listen.
Like, okay,
like I've seen people, right, and like they'll say Merry Christmas, and even if you don't celebrate Christmas, look, that's fine. Just take it that they're being
Mhm.
kind to you, saying, "Hey, Merry Christmas." You may not like people say it to me, and you're like, "Oh, we don't know if you celebrate Christmas." I'm like, "Look, you're wishing me well on a holiday. I'll take it as that. Like I might necessarily not do Christmas per se, but even I go around saying Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, and just understand that people are not wishing ill on you. You might not celebrate Christmas. That's fine, but take it as, hey, like be merry, be kind, be happy during these holidays. Um, but anyway, so honestly, thank you all. Apparently, Morgan is only celebrating. I'm celebrating tacos. Listen, celebrate what you need to
Okay.
celebrate because
Cinco de
tacos are
Mayo every
amazing.
day.
It, it's it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Margaritas all the time. Like I'm cool with this.
My favorite is tacos. So
My
Morgan, we're going for tacos.
oh yeah, Morgan, you better treat me to tacos when I come down to
Tuesday tacos
Texas.
every day, honey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Saturday, Tuesday tacos. That's all I want.
I don't care. Tacos, any tacos.
There you go. I see.
Fish tacos,
Even
shrimp.
see. Here
No.
you go. Like, look, tacos are so well connected. Morgan loves tacos, and Teresa's cat's name is Taco. Like, what? This wasn't gonna happen if this podcast didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, who would have known? Who would have known?
Let's go, everybody, for tacos.
Yeah, that's it.
Vamos.
That's it. We're gonna hang up the podcast. I'll see you guys at tacos, and we're not
Vámonos.
gonna do no
Yeah.
Taco Bell. No, no, no. We're going to a nice, authentic Spanish restaurant where they
We
make fresh
exactly.
tortillas. Ah, okay. You got me hungry.
Oh
So
my
next
God,
time I'll
check
do
it
this.
out. Casa Luna restaurant in Somerville, New Jersey.
Okay,
I'm not
hold on.
promoting, I'm just saying they're authentic.
Okay,
Casa Luna, Somerville, New Jersey has the best Mexican authentic food.
okay. All right. Does Gina know about this place? Is
Take
is
her
that
out.
near her? Okay, Gina, do you know about this place? Because if you do, that's where we're gonna meet. We're gonna meet up for tacos. We're gonna keep the
I don't think
tradition
she
going.
does,
Okay,
but
if I start meeting you people in person, we meet over tacos. That's the tradition. That is the motivation station tradition. We meet for
okay.
tacos.
Okay now.
Oh
Okay.
man, you guys are funny. You guys are too funny. But listen, Rose, have a safe trip. Okay, like definitely prep
Thank
yourself.
you
Do
so
do what you
much,
need to
guys.
do. Uh,
Happy
Gina,
holidays.
Gina, we'll,
Christmas
we'll
cheer.
look into it. I'll reach out to you. We'll look into this place. I'll pick you up. We'll go get tacos. But happy holidays, everyone. Cheers from Motivation Station.
Christmas cheer. Motivation station to you guys.
And
Cheers, cheers, cheers. I'm like multiple cups in here. Who
oh
cares?
my gosh, she's like
Cheers.
multitasking. Man, that's crazy. I'm gonna have multiple cups too at this point. No, but
No,
thank
it's
you
just
for
me.
thank you for joining us, and we hope you guys have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. Be safe, be merry, share that kindness, and have a motivated day. All right,
Motivated day, guys. We
all
love
right.
you.
Love you. Take care,
See
guys.
you. See you,
Bye.
Jersey.
See you soon, Jersey. Is
Bye.
what you should say. All right. Bye.